All right, I believe we are live. If I'm not 100% sure, we should be live. It says I'm live for 14 seconds. There we go. All right. So what are we doing today? We're finishing up something that we started on a while ago, actually. Let me see. Am I live here? Or am I that behind on my phone? Just let me know if you can hear and see me, and we'll really get going. Sound and video good. All right, excellent. Thank you, Helen. All right. It's just way behind on my phone. Who knows? All right, I'm not worried about it. Okay, so anyways, I just did this on Rob's Tabletop World. Ran through this whole video on how to make this thing. So if you're coming in and you've seen it already there, yes, it's duplicated. It's only because I did the project on both channels that I wanted to have a finale on both channels. So you'll get a little different commentary here than you will on that one. And at the end, I'm finally going to tell you what I saw and why I made what I made. So there you go. And we'll take a better look at the unit when it's done. So let me just downsize this and we'll start our video real quick. This should run us about 40 minutes, or maybe a little bit more than that. Give everybody a chance to come in a little bit and get going. But if you are a fan of Oathsworn Into the Deepwoods, you're going to appreciate this, since we painted both these figures and then the tree to make this story. But to make it happen, we had to build a diorama, and that's what we do, and that's what we're going to be showing you how to do and how I went about doing it. So maybe you can take it on your own and do it, if that doesn't sound too confusing. All right, without further ado, let's go to our movie screen. Boom. Yes, the endless movie screen. Can I find where Oathsworn went? Oh, there it is. Is this it? No, that's the wrong video. We were so close. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Boy, I could screw up anything. All right, so anyways, as you can see here, we have some cardboard. What this is a shadow box. I took the glass out, as you can see in the upper part here. I took the actual glass out, and I wanted the base here. So now I'm going to fill it up with cardboard, because I'm going to throw some spackling in here. And I want to use as little as I have to. But I end up using quite a bit. So let's just keep on going with this. As you can see, I am just piling in the cardboard. And the best thing about this, it just absorbs everything. So I want to leave a little area there. I'm kind of looking and I'm going, well, yeah. And you're just taking pieces of a cardboard box that I was ripping up. And as you can see, I'm making a little well here. What am I going to do with that? Yeah, there we go. And I'm trying to fit in as much as I humanly possibly can. And just sticking it in there. Making sure it all fits in there nicely. Yeah. And then, of course, yeah, that'll fit there. And then... yeah, I'm a real artist with the cardboard. I'm just trying to get it as much as I can to absorb this pile of paste that I'm going to throw in here any second now. And here we go. Yeah, I am just slopping this stuff in there. And it looks like icing to a cake. And if this was a cake that I baked, you would not want to eat it with that type of icing job. I mean, look at that. That's horrible. But yeah, this stuff was fun to work with. But there's a reason I use this type of spackling, and the reason for it was I wanted to when it dried, I wanted it to crack. I wanted it to crack specifically. And there we go. And just taking, there we go. And working that in there. Current product, spackling compound from hardware store. There we go. And we're just moving that around. That's all I want to do. I'm not, I actually want, I smooth it out, but I want the rough ridges because it gives a different feel to everything. And as you can see, I'm just, and I want to get enough of it in there because I'm going to be putting the figures in there very soon. And when I put those figures in, I really want them to sink in because I want them to be part of this landscape. And you can see I'm just kind of, I'm building a ridge there. Remember that for later on, folks. Building a nice little ridge and just moving that around. And you could tell I'm using quite a bit of this stuff. And I'm not shy about it either. Because I want a certain result here. And that's what I'm going for. And boy, I keep on going in there like I need more. And no wonder why this took so long to dry. This actually took, a few days to dry. And that's because I use so much of it. And as you can see, I'm just kind of straightening it out a little bit. Now we buried the figures in here, and I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of mold it up to the bases to get it to blend in with the thing. Hi, Haley. How are you? I hope you are well. And look, I'm just kind of going around here, working it in there. It's very loose right now. We've got the tree buried in there real well. And you see exactly what we're kind of going for here. And I'm just going to go around using my finger to just kind of smooth things out. And then, yeah, I got it all over my finger, of course. And then we're going to get some paper towel, and I think we're going to clean this up a little bit around the edges. Exactly, look, just a nice little paper towel with a little water on it. And we can kind of work that out, but I know how in my head this is going to work, so I'm not too worried about getting a lot of it out of there. And forgive me, I got a little bit of a cold. So I'm going to stop this right here before I go glue crazy here. I took a little Abaddon Black, if you could see in this left-hand corner here where our villain is, and I kind of mapped out a little area here. And the reason I did that is I wanted to have that for what I'm going to do next with it, but I wanted to have an idea of what I was going to fit in there, how I was going to fit it in there, and what I was going to do with it. Now, I'm getting all this glue in here for a specific reason. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Give me a moment. While I'm spilling the glue, I'll take a sip of water. So I'm using a good amount. I use almost a whole bottle just on here because I want it to go on nice and thick for what I'm going to do next. And this is just everyday PVC glue or Elmer's glue, whatever you want to call it. It's the cheap version of it. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's like 50 cents a container. You can buy like 10 of them for $1 or something like that. What the heck is this? Okay, I'm going to close that out. There we go. All right, so now I just take a cheap brush and I just start moving this around. Just moving it around. And Helen, you are now an official moderator. All right, there we go. And I want to get it on there nice and thick. And I don't mind if I see where I'm hitting the black a little bit. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that ever so. Not so ever. And we're just going to work that in there. Now I'm just going to be taking this grass. This is just a static grass, and I always find it easier to use my fingers, believe it or not, because I could just feel the depth and where I want it, how thick it is, and just move it around. And I could just kind of pat it down with my. There you go. See exactly what I'm doing. I'm really getting the glue to stick to it, and I really want the glue to really adhere, the grass to adhere to glue. And now we're just going over the areas that we haven't hit yet. Trying not to get too much on that black area so I don't have to do a lot of cleanup. But a simple brush, a bigger brush, just go over it and get it right onto that area. That make sure that we're covering every area. We want this to be a very lush and beautiful part of the forest. And this tree holds these incredible magic powers. And that's what we're kind of going for. We're building this beautiful enchanted forest. And we really want to accentuate on the beauty. So lush green. And as you can see, I'm just moving around with my fingers and just getting every area that I need to get in there. Right around the base of the tree, we want to make sure that we get. Yeah, now I'm using the 3-finger technique. Yeah, oh, there we go. We got to get some in there. We're trying not to get any glue on our hands, because then all that's going to happen is that the glue will stick to our hands, which will stick to the grass and pull up the grass that we already pulled down. So just taking our time, just touching it lightly and making sure that, yeah, there we go, giving it a nice pat and moving it around. And just attributing, getting it where we want it. Exactly. Nice and easy. There we go. Use our other hand. Make sure we don't have any grass on the other hand. And just really making the glue absorb that completely. So that grass just really sticks in there nicely. But we're going to help it along. There's no doubt about that. We're going to help that glue along, because now that it's nice and dry, we're going to break out some matte finish. And you can see it's all dry, but we want to make sure that it stays and it becomes nice and rock hard. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray, because I did not spray the miniatures earlier, some clear acrylic matte coating. And that's going to solidify. That is really going to solidify. Yeah, there we go. See how it's going on there? It's going to solidify the grass. It's not going to give any kind of film to it. We're going to go over the models. We're not too worried about that, because it's not going to gloss anything up. It's going to dry nice and flat. And we got our guys all painted up already. And you can see I'm just kind of solidifying and sealing. I want that grass to just solidify. I want it to be rock when I'm done. Yeah, get in the back there. Get under the little armpits of the tree. Now we're going to take some Mephiston Red, and we're going to start our lava a bit. Now I'm going to stop this right here for a second. If you notice here, we have some nice cracks in here. That is why I used this plaster. I wanted it all to crack, because I wanted to be able to make it look like wherever this creature went, the ground actually opened up and lava came out, and he destroyed anything he stepped on. His evil was that great, and that's what we were going for. And you can't see it on that side, but I actually do come around here. I actually knock off the staff, the top of the staff. The top of the staff I tried gluing, because in the box it came broken. But I end up, after this and after it falls off, which you're going to see in a few minutes, I actually pin it back on and glue it on real good, so it's not going to come off again, which was key. And that took a little while to do. So now I'm going to take some clear glue. The reason I'm using the clear, because I didn't want the white to dry cloudy. And this clear just dries completely clear and really does a very nice job. And we're going to be taking some liching here, and we're going to be working it into, yeah, exactly. We're going to be working it into the edge there. It's good. We're trying to create some brush in here, and really just have this work out real well. There we go. Right into the brush. And it's just doing a fantastic job. Doing exactly what we wanted to do. Getting right in there. Right? And we're kind of creating a wall, but that's not all we're going to be doing. We're going to be moving some here and there all throughout. And it's going to make a big, big difference here. I'm going to put a little on the side here. And you're going to see how this all comes together. It doesn't look like much right now, but as it really starts to come together very nicely. And add a little glue right there. We'll pop that in there. And the liching just breaks up the grass a bit. It really does. And, gives a little bit more lushness. some brush, and that all kind of stuff in there. And as you can see, I'm just kind of sticking it here and there, wherever, you know. And this is the part where you really get to be creative and kind of do whatever you want to do and how you see things. And you can see right here that we're really just, we're just working it in there and really just having a lot of fun with this. There we go. And, you know, use your imagination, you know, if you decide to build something on your own at some point. You know, it's whatever you see inside your head. Next thing I'm going to do is I have these, like, beautiful flowers. And I really just felt that these flowered bushes would really look nice in there. So we kind of work a bunch of those in there. As you can see, we're just kind of jabbing those in there perfectly. And breaking up the colors, moving the colors around, and trying to decide, you know, so, because, you know, you go in the forest, there's, you know, they're not all together. You know, not all the red flowers are with the red flowers and the yellow flowers with the yellow flowers. I mean, they try to stay together, but, you know, it's kind of a mixture of everything. And I'm just kind of being right here, just, oh, drop that one. You got to pick it up. You knew I was going to drop something at some point. Really just trying to work this in. And really, as you can see, just getting, you know, coming up and saying, okay, I'm really trying to make this as lush, and this, you know, this old tree, this old mystical tree is surrounded by this unbelievable beauty. And that's what we're trying to create here, is this beauty that this creature is trying to take away, because his master just does not, you know, wherever there's good, there's got to be evil. So there's always somebody trying to take something from the other guy. And our war bear will not stand for it. He will stand his ground, and he will not let him go another foot closer. And that he is going to defend this beautiful forest and tree. Now here we're going to take some bushes. We're going to add some bushes in to really mix things up a little bit. It's a good time to do it. You know, adding these bushes in, you know, brings a little more flair to it. It breaks up the colors and stuff like that, so you have this just whole thing going on. And these are just, you can get these at Hobby Lobby. They're absolutely perfect. They come in like a package of 24 or something for a few bucks. And you know, they really add a nice effect here. And it's just being, again, using your imagination. What do you see when you see that turf? You know, how do you want to put things? Where do you want to put the stuff? How do you want to express what you're trying to do? What is the feel that you're going for? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Wild Rider Red, and this is where we're going to put another layer of that lava in. So we want to go over the red, but we really don't want to go over too much. We don't want to take the red out. We really just kind of want to work that in there nice and light, and you're going to see how this starts to pop a little bit. And I'm not looking to cover it all. I'm just kind of working it in there a little bit. Just a little bit here and there. Really trying to bring that out. And the way we're going to bring that out is by just layer upon layer. And that's how you're going to get some nice lava flow, or a good feel, an illusion of it. Just going to take a sip here. Now we have some beautiful flowers here, sunflowers, which means something to my family. So I wanted to put those in, and then all these different flowers and plants and stuff like that, because I really wanted to sell the beauty of this just unbelievable forest. This area that's mystical and holds all this beauty. And there was just this, you really want to try to bring this out, and that's where the thing came off I was talking about earlier. I actually pinned that back in. There we go. It's pinned back in. I should have pinned it to begin with, but I didn't want to take out the screwdriver and go through it all. But we got it pinned and then glued it on there, and it's on there real good. It came broken, so we just fixed it. And now I have this like beautiful flower kind of tree that I want to have in the corner there, just to add some depth. And again, you know, you're trying to create this beautiful lushness. And you know, I'm just pulling out things, and you know, I'm clipping the ends to get them nice and flat so they'll stay in there real well with the super glue, because the super glue just really, I have this 15-second glue that really works well. It is siloacrylite or something like that, whatever. I'm lucky if I even can say it, but it is 5 to 15 seconds dry time, which is very quick. It's insta-cure, and it's perfect for projects like this when you really when you get into a flow of putting things out there. Excuse me. You really want to have a good flow in there, and just be able to kind of, you know, as you're putting things out, you want it to stick, and you want it to get in there, and you just want to be able to just keep moving, because while you have that vision in your head, you really want it to get out there. So next, I picked up some of these bushes. I thought they would be perfect. You know, the lushness and the and the beautiful flowers, I think, just fit into where I wanted to really kind of, also known as super glue. Yeah. Right. Yes, Helen, also known as super glue. So you see where we're building this beautiful forest, and we're just adding all these things, and just really accentuating, you know, that you have something to lose here, because the more we add, the more beauty there is, the more we're adding. You can see the sunflowers in the back, and I'm just taking some more of these brush, and I'm just kind of trying to decide where I want all this stuff, you know, because I'm trying to build this something to lose type of thing. When you look at it, you feel this sense of serenity, and it's being disturbed by this awful creature to the right, who has nothing but wants to see the destruction of the tree, which will kill all the forest. We can't have that. Next, I believe that is a Gortho Brown, excuse me. Gorthor Brown. And I'm going to be building, not right here, we're building the shore to the swamp that we're going to be putting in here. And all I want to do is just kind of, you know, have a nice dark sandy base, and then we'll dry brush over that with, I believe, I don't show it, but we take some Carrick stone and dry brush over it. You'll see it towards the end. Thanks for sharing your talent and insight. Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. And you can see where, you know, I just have this vision where I really want to put this swamp in here. So you had all kinds of different types of life that the warbear is defending. And what he's trying to do is, you know, it's just not the tree, it's everything around him. I put this rock in here for good measure, just to break up some of the grass. I thought it kind of worked, and then I decided to surround it with I believe a couple of bushes. You know, kind of making that the in-between thing between him and I want to take a second here once I move my fat hand. There we go. I'm going to stop right here. Look at the base of the tree. I put this gem in, and we'll talk about that gem a little bit later. I just think it fit the story that I was going for, that each one of these trees hold this mystical gem that controls the forest. And of course, there's no type of story like this in Oathsworn. We're only using and building around the Oathsworn tree, warbear, and of course the creature, one of the bosses that you will see. And yeah, see how we just build that around the rock, you know. Next, we're going to take some Troll Slayer Orange, and we're going to continue on with our lava. Remember, we want that to look threatening. Anywhere this creature goes, he just brings death, destruction, and hatred, and all the bad things in the world. All the deadly sins ride within him, and our warbear is determined to put an end to this, that he will go no further. And you can see where we're just kind of just working. Again, we don't want to take all the colors out underneath. We want to kind of take our time and build this out. Esper, how are you? I'm Rob. Long time since I've been able to catch you live now. Well, here I am, bro. Thanks so much for popping in. And look what we're doing here. We're building this. We're building and we're telling a story the whole time. This game, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you are. Now I'm going to take this model blue water, and this is where we're going to build our swamp. Now the funny thing about it is, make sure that your plaster is in there good, because I had a little crack. It didn't just crack over where our monster is, it cracked everywhere, so it kind of seeped through a little bit. So I had to put a little more work in there. Hey, look, there's my big fat head in the way. Isn't that great? Boy, can't do anything right, can I? And we're just getting that water in there. As you can see, I'm just dripping it in there. Now, on the bottle it says not to put any more than 1/8 of an inch and let it set for 24 hours. I think a little, because of the way I built that pool, it went a little deeper, folks. So it took a little longer to dry. It actually took like 48 hours. So always follow the instructions. Don't think you know it all. Like a certain individual that is over here. Because I don't know it all. And as you can see, it bubbled up a little bit, and I'm looking, oh geez, how am I gonna take care of this? Because you can't have bubbles in the water. We definitely don't want bubbles in there. Big Bang, how you doing, my friend? And I put a little wedge in there so the water will kind of get away from that edge there. There we go. One of the plant wedges. And that was enough to kind of just get the water moving. I'm looking and I'm going, okay, do we have the coverage that we want? Well, yeah, pretty much. So I tried popping these air bubbles with my brush. And as you can see, the bubbles are moving and fighting me. So we go to drastic measures. I'm like, oh, come on, stop moving. Look at that. Bubble keeps moving. I go, okay, I'm going to get serious about this. And I take my pliers and just start popping bubbles. Because we wanted that like glass look. There we go. Come on. And we want to make sure that we got all the bubbles. And yeah, I see that last one there, pink. Don't forget that one over on the right. Oh, I don't think I saw that one, but it did go away, believe it or not. So I'm going to pour just a little bit more here. There we go. And then we're going to come back once we get done with that. Then the next thing that we're going to do, I believe, is we're going to be taking our Phoenix Yellow. And we're going to be continuing on with our lava. Kyle, how are you? Hello, looking great so far. Well, thank you so much. All right, let's see what we do next. Yeah, I check underneath, make sure it's not leaking. Because of my great job there. Yeah, there we get the last bubbles out. Come on. Get moving, kid. You tell, perfectionist. Ah, there we go. We got that last bubble. I saw that bubble. It was starting to irritate me. All right, like I said, we're going to break out the yellow, and then we are going to go over and go over yet again our lava. As you can see, it's just layers and layers of different paints. But I actually get this a little thick here, but I fix it later on. But you actually just kind of want to, right there. That's the kind of, you want it kind of streaky in there. Because you're trying to create, there you go. You see, I just kind of moving along. Trying not to hit that thing that I already pinned. And just taking my time, working it in there. Look, we're just working. And at the end of this, we're going to switch cameras and I'll show you, and I'll move this thing around so you guys can get a really good look at it when it's finished. So you get a good feel for it. And again, right in there, see how I'm just kind of, I don't want to take all that work I did out. I just kind of want to leave a little bit of that red. I want that orange, and I want the yellow to kind of go over that orange and kind of create. And I actually fixed this and add some more in there, and it really does a nice job. Really gets in there the way we want to get it in there. That's it. Yeah, exactly. See, I just see that area. You see those cracks? That's what I was looking for out of the whole thing. Was to get these cracks so it looks like the earth is opening up. Now, I'm gonna dry brush gray over it, and you're gonna see. Yeah, there we're coming right in here. I'll move the camera a little bit, and we dry brush gray over that. That's an administrative gray, and you can see I'm gonna add some more lava in there, which you'll see at the very end of this. And I'm just trying to get in there because wherever he goes, the earth is scorched, and I want it to have that ash feel to it. So I kind of start building and bringing some depth to that absolutely awful area that he goes into. Next thing is I finally get my water to dry, which took about 48 hours, another 48 hours, and I'm going to put some cattails in there. And I wanted to create this swamp. I wanted a nice swamp look to this. And as you can see, it just takes a little bit, and I just add a whole bunch of these, and it really gives you that swamp look that you're looking for. By adding these in different areas and adding some of the bushes in there to kind of act like a really lush vegetation coming out of the water. Yeah, see, there's some of those. So I kind of squeeze those in between the cattails, so you have like this different variants of size and stuff like that. So I believe we take a little bit of a walk around, which we do here, and you can see all the different types of lava and how that all kind of came together. You can see how lush I wanted to make that. You see the gem there, our war bear, and everything where it just kind of sits there, and we have this beautiful forest and swamp that our bear is defending, and yeah, we kind of zoom out, just kind of give you a good feel. You can see where I dry brushed over the brown, like I told you, with the Carrick stone, and then I just took a little white paint. Matter of fact, I'm going to back up a little bit here, just a little bit. Yes, there we go. Yeah, there we go. If you look right at the water line there, boom, I just took a little white paint and worked my way along the water line to give us a little feel that the water is washing up on the shore. After all, the sky is moving, and we're getting a little bit of foam there. Yep, there we go. Exactly what we were looking for. All right, let's finish this out. Then we're going to come up top. We're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to go to the final product. And you can see where I kind of worked all that in there, and just really making it look like something to fight for, something worth losing. And we have the gem there by the thing. Low tide. There you go. It's a little low tide there. That's all. And there you have it. There you have it, folks. That's how you build a diorama very quickly and efficiently. It wasn't hard at all, was it? White paint at the waterline. White scar. Well, thank you, Helen. So let's go to the camera here. And yeah, there we go. Now you got a better look at it instead of what we had. And I'm going to turn this a little bit. The whole point of this and this whole story that it came up in my head when I saw these three pieces here. And I'm just going to zoom out for a little bit so you can... Oh, there we go. Come on, focus in there. There we go. You know, the thing I wanted to look, I was looking for is I wanted to build a very lush thing that this tree, there we go. You know, it looks dead, but what it is an ancient tree. And this gem, there were 4 of them in the forest. One in the north, one in the south, one in the east and the west. And each one has a different gem that controls that section of the forest, that keeps things lush and alive and beautiful. But the evil master who wants death to all sent our little beastie friend. And wherever he goes, he brings death and destruction. So as you can see, as he steps, and as far as he goes, the earth scorches and opens up and just lava and nothing but death and destruction and anything that he touches. Well, our friend the war bear will have this no further. He will not have 1 more inch of that forest destroyed. He will fight this creature alone to the very last breath. But he will not. There's just too much to lose, and he will give everything that he has to defend the tree, the gem, and the beauty of the forest, both water and on land. And he will just go forward and fight to the very death. And this is right before the epic battle that takes place. And just as he's getting to try to reach his objective, the tree, the war bear appears and decides you will never, over his dead body, there's just no way, because our war bear is just too brave and too fantastic, to put it bluntly. So let's back out a little bit, and I'm just going to spin this around a little bit so you guys kind of get a feel everything, how we kind of went about this, and the look of everything, and how it all just kind of comes together. And you get a different look at our villain. You can see wherever he goes how the earth just opens up, and it's almost like sores of the earth, and just complete death and destruction. And then our swamp to signify so much that he's defending not over only this part of the forest, but the other parts, because from here he would go and try to destroy the other trees. But Warbear says no. And look how majestic the Warbear is, standing there with his battle axe, saying, "No, bro. It ain't happening. Not on my watch. I'm gonna bring it old school. I'm gonna stick this thing right between your horns, and we'll see how well you do from there, my friend." And the old tree just holding its ground, and mysticism and the beauty around it as it wanes, and it feels the ever presence of this evil coming to do nothing but cause destruction, hurt, and pain, and death. And for that, we cannot have. So there you have it. We put a bow on this, and that's it for Oathsworn until we have that game come out next year, which is just going to be fantastic. But this piece here, if anybody's interested in it, I will take whatever donation, and then we'll go to charity. It cost me under $100 to do. I'll send it anywhere. I don't care. But you can get a hold of me at novaprime860@hotmail.com if you're interested. I will take the highest bidder for it. And if nobody bids on it, that's okay too, because I may just give it away as a prize if we're not able to get money to donate for it, or I'll just take it to, like I said, I got a nice little spot that I can put it in. But I think it'll do better if we can raise a little money for charity, because after all, if you're not giving to charity, what's the point? I kind of want the war bear to be on a rock or something, so he's more obvious. Yeah, I thought about that, but the problem was I would have to cut him from his base. I wanted the rock to symbolize what was between them. You know, this is right before he would just come over that rock and just smack the hell out of him. But I think I wanted him just to kind of, I wanted him in the middle of this beauty, and I wanted him to be its last defender, that he's stepping on this sacred, beautiful ground. Now let's go back down. There we go. And, you know, I just wanted him to be right in the middle of everything and right at the edge of the tree before he gets in between here. And just, he's just basically telling him, dude, this is not your day. This will be my day. And right before this tremendous battle happens, this is just right before it. And I wanted to feel, you know, because I think if I brought these two together right here, I would have lost the whole effect of everything behind it. It would have been meaningless. Where he's right in the middle, rushing forward, and he's defending all this beauty. So that's why he's kind of back a bit, because I want him in the middle, so you have that feel that there's something to lose here, and that he's going forward to lose something, you know, with something to lose. So that's why he's not as far up, Helen. You know, I didn't want the rock to take away. I want the rock to break up things a bit, but if I put him on the rock, then it becomes about him and the rock instead of everything around him. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the donation. Great work and tutorial. Background story is very helpful to place viewers into the scene. You know, you may see something different. I would love for you guys in the comments. If you see something different, tell us a story. Or send it to me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. Did you want the tree to be gray, or did you consider painting it another color? The tree I fought with in my head, because I was actually going to put foliage on it to begin with. And then I wanted to, you know, how do I show the tree as something ancient? So only by making it gray. The whole beauty of it is that the tree you would think is dead, but the tree is the very center of all the life here. So making it dead, making it look dead or ancient and old and mystical, and you know, by putting the gem there, the control gem that this tree controls, that everything around it has this incredible beauty, except for the tree itself. Its beauty lies within, because it extroverts this beautiful mystic power that controls and grows all this beautiful lushness around. And you know, this is just the way I saw it, and when I was looking at this is what I went for. You know, sometimes, and I think in some way it's a metaphor for people in a way. You know, sometimes the most beautiful people are the most ugliest on the inside, and yet sometimes the most ugliest thing can control or be so beautiful on the inside. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This tree is mystical and beautiful in its own right. Though it seems dead, it controls, and everything around it is touched by its inner beauty. And that's what I was trying to bring out in this whole diorama. There's so many like little metaphors here. The sunflowers, which are very important to my family. I put those in there. See, that's when you build something and you tell the story and you build this story around it. I think if the tree were brown, it would be too much brown in combination with the big bad guy mini. Its gray color helps. Yeah, it breaks up the contrast as well. Thank you, Kyle. You know, I see that as well, because here we have, you know, this beast. I mean, he's just power personified, evil personified. You know, destroying and killing everything along its way. You know, he's got hands and arms sticking out of his backpack here. There's a guy strapped up on the side here. For those of you that may not be able to see, yeah, you see the dude up there. You know, just signifying anything that he touches. And How about the war bear is the aggressor in the story, a treasure bounty hunter? Well, I want these three pieces were from. No, I see that war bear to me. You know, you know, war bear, not werebear. Sorry, it's my accent, and plus my nose is stuffed. Um, to me, when I look at that bear, I see him as something so honorable. I just can't see him as a bounty hunter. I just see him as somebody that is just so honorable and good, almost like a paladin bear in a way. The way his armor works and things like that. And I just see him just doing things for just the greater good of all. And I just I mean that's just the way I saw it in my head. And the neat thing about this, again, like I said, either put it in the comments. Maybe you can tell a different story. Maybe you see something different out of this. And I would love to hear your stories. And you can send them to novaprime at 860 at hotmail 860 no novaprime 860 at hotmail.com. I'm sorry. My voice is starting to go. So what do you see? What are the things that you see? And I would love to hear those. And we'll just see where it goes from there. How's that? So there you have it. We put the bow on Oathsworn into the Deepwoods. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope we just don't do painting. We do other things, and I just figure I share something, that we started with painting the big creature, and then we painted the war bear. We got the tree ready, and then we put this wonderful story together and put it all together, and there you have it, And it's, the last month has just been so much fun doing it. Of course, we had Cthulhu Death May Die stuck in the middle there because we had to wait for this to dry. But next week we will be back with the rest of Cthulhu Death May Die. Boy, wait till you see the figures that we're painting next week. Oh my God, that was just so much fun. Just to give you a little taste. I got the video all ready, but I want to give you a taste. I can't. The bear is Ursus. The tree is from the terrain box. The big bad is part of the campaign. Exactly. So I just decided to make up my own story. This has nothing to do with Oathsworn. It's just something with Oathsworn that I decided to try to tell a little tale that maybe, I don't know. It was just something in my head. What can I tell you? All right. We've said it all. We've done it all. I hope you all have enjoyed this. And again, we kept this nice and condensed. 49 minutes. Like I said, I like to keep these under an hour so you guys stay interested, stay invested, and can watch them later, and get something out of it. More informative, more to the point, more getting you guys to the things that you need to know, not need to see. And we like to finish things and do things correctly. We don't have to have a lot of fancy music in the background or anything like that. All we're here to do is just bring you something that you guys can take and pick up a brush and express yourselves. That's all I'm trying to do. The more people that paint, the more beauty in the world. And that's probably the best thing that can come of this. And that's all I ever care about. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday tomorrow for those of you that celebrate. And for those of you that don't, take 10 seconds tomorrow and just think of somebody or something that means something to you, that makes you feel thankful. And it doesn't have to just be a holiday here. It can be a holiday for us all, that we all just take a moment and be thankful for the people that are in our life, just as much as I'm thankful for each and every one of you that watch this. And those of you at Rob's Tabletop World, I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. More than you will ever know. And I'm thankful for being able to be here on The Geek, bringing you painting each and every week. And I'm especially thankful for my good friend Aldi, who I love dearly, and everybody there. I wish them all the best this coming holiday. So until next time, it is your old pal Rob saying, we will see you next week. There you go. Now I have to hold on for a second because here's what happens. I usually cut myself off, so we're going to wait. And I'm watching myself. And thank you so much for the donation, by the way. It means a lot. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Helen, just tell me when. Do. All right, I think we'll stop it right here.